evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to One Night Stands Comedy Club. Are you guys ready for a great show tonight? Yeah. All right, that's a good thing because we have an outstanding show planned for you this evening. You may recognize tonight's headliner from Fox Laughs, Sirius XM, or his very own Sal and Bob podcast. Please give it up for Bob Phillips. And while you're clapping, please keep it going for your middle act this evening, Bret Hayden. We only have a few simple rules before we start the show. There is no smoking of any kind allowed, and that does include the use of vaporizers or e-cigarettes. Secondly, please no talking or heckling. If we need to ask you more than once, you will be asked to leave. Lastly, no photo or recording devices during the show. That does include your cell phone. So if you could kindly tuck it away, that would be appreciated. But right now, please make as much noise as you can for your host and first comedian, Jason Guerin.
Hello, Waterford. Good evening. How are you doing? Great. Saturday night crowd. You guys look good. Good. Thanks for coming to One Night Stands. I'm going to start out with a quick one-liner here, okay? I had a friend recently who went through a gender identity crisis and a midlife crisis at the same time. Yeah, he bought a car. It was a Trans Am. Litmus. Oh, wow, yeah, all right. Tough crowd, Waterford, okay. I had a proud dad moment recently, and my dad's in the house. I'm sure there's a few dads in here. Dad bods, I can see some dad bods out there. I'm the proud dad of two sons. My oldest son recently got his 10-year sobriety chip from AA. Yeah, he's 13. It was cool, he got it on the same day he got a Little League trophy, so that was like a nice day for him, you know. But I remember we went through some terrible twos. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, the worst part was when we found like tequila in a Diego the Explorer sippy cup at like 9 in the morning. Man, that was rough. But it started out as a very long timeout, turned into an intervention with all of his stuffed animals around, you know, trying to help him out. I still remember it. He was a big fan of Sesame Street, so we had like Kermit the Frog there. He's like, "Hi-ho, you have a problem." Then Cookie Monster was there, and he was like, "Me no like you when you drunk. Me go nom nom nom, you go glug glug glug." And then Elmo was there, of course, and he's like, "Elmo's not tickled by your behavior." The weirdest part was it ended up being an intervention on Cookie Monster about his cookie addiction. He was like, "Yeah, me know me have problem." But he's doing well now, you know. He's 13. Most kids in their rooms have posters of like LeBron James or something. My son has a poster that says, "It's not 5 o'clock anywhere." Jimmy Buffett reference. You got to think about that one for a second. Me, I'm a workaholic. I have a poster in my room that says, "It's 9 a.m. Monday somewhere," with like a parrot in a business suit. It's depressing. I'm not gonna lie to you. My kids are into Snapchat. Anybody got kids into Snapchat? Ever seen this thing? It's stupid. I know, it's weird. It's like kids are like FaceTiming, then they change their faces into like cats or like dragons or something. They made me into a dog. I was like, this is stupid. But then I was like, wait a minute, I had this app 30 years ago when I was in college. We called it acid. Too bad you couldn't swipe someone's face back to normal on that thing, you know. My wife and I have been married 20 years, 20-year wedding anniversary last year. Yeah, good deal, right, you know. When you've been married that long, you got to keep things interesting in the bedroom, so I spice things up by coming up with a new sex position. It's called a 34.5. It's a 69, but I'm by myself. Staring at the ceiling, you know. The traditional wedding anniversary present when you have a 20-year anniversary is China. So last year we got each other COVID-19. Yeah, ooh, this is a shitty present. It's okay. You're like, yeah, COVID.
That was funny.
I got an applause break, I guess. That's what that was. So COVID-19, I got the vaccine. Who here got the vaccine? All right. Much better. Last night I got booed. So Waterford, I don't know. You guys are crazy over here. I actually got my vaccine 7 months ago because I'm actually a doctor. I got it right away. And I understand a lot of people that didn't get it. They were a little fearful, and they didn't know like the long-term effects. But I'm living proof. 7 months later, I've got the vaccine. I've had absolutely zero side effects. effects. First night I got the vaccine, I had this really high fever. 104 degrees, sweating buckets, man. It freaked me out. But the fever is how you know the microchip's working, you know? Gotta have that, man. There's all these conspiracy theories about the vaccine. Like one of them that said that like Microsoft was putting something into their trachea. Like, hold on a second. I'm getting a message from Bill Gates. Yes, my lord. Yes, the gay liberal agenda is moving forward quite nicely. Yes, even here in Waterford. Thy will be done. Okay, where was I? Conspiracy theories. This other one, have you heard about that? That in the vaccine they put something in it to make you magnetic? It's the stupidest thing I've ever... 1 second. Got it. Let's see. Magnetic vaccine. Stupid shit. I was going to let you guys think about that for a second while I kind of rub this welt out of my head. My wife and I went to a Mexican restaurant last week called Condado. I don't know if any of you speak Spanish, but if I do. And that translates to with finger. It's a weird name for a restaurant, you know. If you didn't speak English, spoke only Spanish, and walked in there, you might be like wondering, am I getting a burrito or a prostate exam here? I don't know. Speaking of which, prostate exams, I actually am a urologist, so I do prostate exams for a living. It's like, whatever, was that Dirty Jobs? You know, at Mike Hart show. Basically, I've been doing this almost 20 years. I've actually done the math. I think I've done about 20,000 prostate exams. So, like, if this finger could talk, it would just beg for me to stop. It would be like, no more. When is too many? I kind of wish I had kept track of actual number of exams I did. Like, so when I got to like number 10,000, like some patient came in and it became like a grocery store celebration, you know? Guys like leaning over the tables, pants down, all of a sudden a bunch of confetti and balloons falls from the ceiling, and he's like, what the fuck's going on here? Did I win something? I don't know, yeah. It's a profession that gets you some interesting nicknames. I've been called lots of things. I've been called Nutsackagawea. I've been called Urethra Franklin. I've been called, hey, you homo. Yeah, a lot of guys get squirrely about getting their prostates examined. They think it's like, oh, it's kind of gay or something. I'm like, come on, guys. There's nothing gay about getting screened for something serious like prostate cancer. Unless both of my hands are on your hips during the exam, then it's pretty fucking gay, okay? So, yeah. Like, word of advice, if you go to see a urologist and he's wearing a black leather lab coat and, like, no shirt, like, get the hell out of there. You're about to get the most intense prostate exam you've ever had. I once had a guy pass out in the middle of a prostate exam. I'm not shitting you, this actually happened. 290-pound guy. And for a brief moment, he was in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's largest finger puppet. Yeah. I had no idea how strong this finger was until it was like Hulk strength that moment, you know. I had another guy come in who wanted to get a prostate exam, and he was very old, and so I asked him to turn around, take his pants off, which he did. They were slacks. He was like 80 years old, so they were technically slacks. And his underwear, he was just completely assless. Like, guys, you ever get a pair of underwear, you get like a small hole in there, and then your wife or somebody makes you throw it away, right? You know, that's my wife's like, first hole, that thing's gone. This guy clearly had been living alone for a long fucking time, you know? It's just, all he had was just an elastic band across there that said Fruit of the Loom. And at the front, like, he put them on in the morning. He knows what's going on. Like, well, I got the front covered, good enough. It's a moonroof the dude had. And he starts taking it down. And I was like, no, you're good. I don't need you to do anything else, mister. Usually this is the part of the set where I slide into some dad jokes, but my dad's name is Dick, so we're going to do some dick jokes instead. You don't believe me? He's in the audience tonight. I'll point him out at some point. I like doing dick jokes, you know. Because dicks are just funny. Dicks are funnier than vaginas. You know, this isn't a man funnier than woman thing. Just dicks are funnier than vaginas. And you want to know how I know that? I've never seen a drunk woman passed out with a bunch of vaginas drawn on her face. Have you? No, right. She's like, yo. And you've been drunk before enough where someone probably could have drawn that on you, right? I mean, dicks, they drew dicks on you instead. Is that weird? So they're funnier. That's my point, you know? Let's see, what about dicks? I actually know a dick doctor, a cock doc named Dick Tapper. This is actually a real dude. You can Google him. He's down in Toledo. I'm jealous of this guy. Like, his name is like synonymous with like the male. Like, he's a dick doctor. His name's Dick Tapper. So I'm trying to get my last name Gillerin to be synonymous with like the male junk. So I propose that a Gillerin is the name of a dick that I see that's bigger than what I expected it to be. All right, hear me out. 90-year-old guy with assless underwear, but he takes down the front, and all of a sudden he's... I got to step over it like I'm stepping over his balls. I was like, I didn't see that thing coming, man. That's a Gillerin. Mm-hmm. But then we need like a conversely name. Like, dude, what's your last name? Since you clapped earlier, you get picked on, man. Missouri? Missouri. Okay, so a Missouri is going to be the nickname for a penis I see that's a bit smaller than I expected it, okay? Oh, hear me out, okay? Listen to this. Like LeBron James comes into my office and he's got like a pig in a blanket, you know? I was like, damn, I thought you were going to have a hog and you have a Missouri. That's all it is, you know? But, no, here's the thing. This guy's a nice guy. And so I'm going to guess that this guy, Mr. Missouri here, he might have a Gillerin, you know? I don't know that. It doesn't mean you have one, you know? We'll have to go in the bathroom and check, but I'm not going to do that for you unless you pay me a lot of money, you know? I don't know, you know? I have a Gillerin, and here's how I know. I mean, my last name is Irish. I've got size 7.5 shoes. I drive a very expensive sports car, so based on those criteria, I should have a vagina. But I don't. I'm doing okay down there, so anything I got is a Gillerin at that point, you know? Let's see, what else about dicks? Shit. I once had a guy come into my office, he had this thing called Peyronie's disease, which means when you get an erection, it curves one way or the other. It's a common problem that we see. And I feel bad for like single guys with this condition, so like, I'm always on the lookout for similarly shaped vaginas in women, like I can play matchmaker for these guys. Sort of like a Cupid with a bent arrow thing, you know? I'm actually coming up with a new dating app for it. Instead of Tinder, it's called Bender. So, yeah. I had a guy see me for a premature ejaculation recently. Yeah. But he came too soon for his appointment. That one, you gotta like that one. All right. Yeah, once I get to ejaculation, you're like, no, we like the prostate and the dick exams, and once cum gets involved, you're like, I don't want anything to do with this. That's a smart crowd. It's a sign of a smart crowd. I would kind of run away from that too. I went into medicine because I'm terrible at business. I had no business sense at all. I actually once tried to sell sugar-free cotton candy. It's just a bunch of cardboard sticks I was handing out. Nobody wanted that. I once opened a Hertz rental car branch on Mackinac Island. Also failed. A lot of businesses went under. 400 Starbucks closed in 2020. You guys hear about this? Yeah, it was kind of sad. But seeing a Starbucks close is kind of like seeing a stormtrooper get shot in a Star Wars movie. You're like, I don't feel so bad about it. There's a lot of them, you know. My favorite coffee is Tim Hortons. I like it. If you guys didn't know, Tim Hortons is Canadian. And I didn't know this until the one day I got a really hot cup of coffee and it burnt my lip. And the coffee politely apologized to me. I was like, sorry about that. I'll cool down for you. I don't know. It's weird. I can't even go to Canada. Canada doesn't even want anything to do with us in the last several years because we're so like, it's so weird down here, you know. We're like, we've got this shit going on, cancel culture. You guys are, this is fucking ridiculous. Like the worst part was like Mr. Potato Head. They dropped the Mr. He's just Potato Head now.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. You didn't know this? He's just Potato Head, right? I know. You're sad. I can tell. That's okay. It's okay. Shed a tear for Potato Head. But it had a ripple effect. In fact, the worst part about it was my favorite band from the 1980s, Mr. had to change their name. Yeah, they now go by... ride out for a little bit longer here. They're paying me for some time up here, so I'm just gonna let the silence wash over you. I think it sucks that we're so politically polarized in this country. You know, it's like the red states, blue states. I don't know. I'm trying to bring us together through just sheer confusion. So like, I've got a flag in my front yard, and in big black letters it says, "Come and take it!" Instead of a picture of an assault rifle on it, it's got a Prius. Government's coming for your electric car. Yeah, it's weird. Donald Trump, man, everybody knows about that guy. I just wanted to say his name and to see what people would do. That's always like, I was waiting, versus, yeah, fuck yeah! I just wanted to see somebody jump up and get fucking nuts about it. One way or the other. But you guys are chill. That's good. That's good. You're gonna be a good audience for the rest of the show here. But Donald Trump's gonna be writing his presidential memoirs. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Yeah, it's gonna be a coloring book. You can already hear him like pushing it. You know, like, "Guys, this is gonna be the most tremendous coloring book you've ever seen. It's got lines. You can color inside. You can color outside the lines. The more you color, the more you make America great again. Each book comes with a free crayon, orange. Actually, it's annoying orange, which is like the most tremendous shade of orange." I don't know. That's my Trump. Joe Biden, of course, that means he's got to come out with his presidential memoirs, right? That's a few years. That one's going to be a scratch and sniff. Yeah. It's a good fucking joke. Yeah. You can ooh all you want, but no, it's a fucking good joke. Because anybody even have scratch and sniff jokes anymore? Yeah. Thank you, sir. I know. Each page is going to have a different like scent of shampoo. You know, page 1, Pantene. Page 2, Herbal Essence. Page 3, Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. He sniffs kids' hairs too, okay? And I'm gonna end on that because that's how confident I am in that punchline, everybody. All right, let us bring on your next comic. This guy is, I've gotten to work with him all weekend. I've got to know him. He's really, really a great guy. He's really funny. He is much younger than me, but that's okay. I look like 4 years older than him, but I don't know how that is. He is actually running this show at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle on July 28th, if you want to check it out. It's called the Comedy Rumble. It's awesome. It's 30 comics doing 90 seconds each. There's no actual chains or whips or anything. It's just comics. There's no actual fight. Yes, so July 28th, Mark Ridley's. He's hosting it. He's running it. Let's give it up for the very, very funny Bret Hayden. Oh.